Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Capes and Lunatics. Again, it's that time of the month. It's a Secret Wars episode. So it's me, Phil, and joining me is Justin the Owl.
Woohoo!
That's right. The Beyonders still wrecking havoc on plumbing all over Earth. So.
Yeah. He's about to make it even worse.
Oh, we're gonna get into the Beyonder. Yeah, I have some deep. I have some issues with the Beyonder here.
Teach me how to urinate.
So many issues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So this time, yes, we're gonna be covering Secret Wars 2 number 3, Avengers 260, Daredevil 223, and the Incredible Hulk 312.
Mm-hmm.
Which that Hulk issue is a whole bag of hammers on its own.
Yeah. Yeah. Indeed. We'll get to that one.
We barely crammed that in as a Secret Wars tie-in.
Yeah. Very loosely linked. Yeah. But a lot of these crossovers were.
Yeah.
I was thinking like the Daredevil one, that was a stretch too, but we'll get to that. Yeah.
Yeah, but at least like he was part of the plot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
All right, so let's jump into these. All right, so yes, of course we'll start as we do with the actual Secret Wars 2 issue, Secret Wars 2 number 3. And if you're watching on the YouTube, yes, that being doesn't look menacing in the slightest, does he?
No, not at all. Yeah.
As it said, the Beyonder conquers the world.
And he's got a new hairstyle all of a sudden.
I know. I couldn't remember like if there was like a story, but like plot behind that, or it's just like no, he just wants a Jerry curl. No,
yeah,
just does it between pages. No,
yeah. It was the thing back then.
I love. Look, you got his Steve Rogers look in the corner box there.
Yeah.
Complete world domination, all yours for the low price of 75 cents, kid.
75 cents.
See, people talk down about the Secret Wars 2. It's like, come on, each issue was 75 cents. What you want?
Yeah, that's right. You're getting your money's worth.
Worth every penny, kid.
I'd pay 75 cents for that. As a matter of fact, I did.
All right. So yeah, Secret Wars 2 number 3, cover date September 1985. This world is mine.
Oh.
Writer Jim Shooter, penciler Al Milgram, inker Steve Leola, colorist Christy Scheel, letterer Joe Rosen, and editor Bob Budiansky. So, that's probably handy that Bob Budiansky was editor on this, as a certain character, which we're going to get to, appeared in this issue.
Oh, true. No, that is true.
I forgot. I thought it appeared later on down in a
yeah.
Like, this is already.
Yeah, that surprised me too. Just for a couple of panels too.
Yeah, it's like 3 panels, so Marvel could nail down the rights to that character.
Right? Yeah. We got to copyright it fast.
Then we never use her.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. With no place to go, the Beyonder has been reduced to sleeping on the streets. When a beat cop wakes him up and tells him that he can't sleep on a street corner, the Beyonder doesn't understand. When the cop asks him if he has a home, the Beyonder uses his powers to show the cop where he came from. Bewildered by seeing another dimension comprised of nothingness, the cop wanders off in a stupor. Of course, it's nothing. I'm here. The Beyonder then decides to continue his exploration of New York City. Along the way, he is propositioned by a prostitute named Toots.
Oh, my.
When he asks her why she is leaning against the side of the building, she sarcastically tells him that she is holding it up. Should have said she was building the building, Her profession is erecting things. Hell. When he yawns in her face, she tells him that she can bring him someplace to tuck him in
Oh my.
for the night at the Columbus Hotel if he has money. Oh my. Sleepy babe.
We need the money. Gimme.
Remembering his education, quote unquote, about money, the Beyonder makes a bar of gold materialize out of thin air, shocking the girl. As she backs away from the side of the building, the Beyonder notes that she is not holding up the building anymore. And when she defensively tells him to do it, he uses his powers to create a support system on the building. The Beyonder then teleports away before the startled streetwalker and materializes in the middle of the lobby of the Columbus Hotel. A complete dive. The Beyonder asks for a room for the night, and the shady owner decides to give him one, believing that the Beyonder might be wealthy enough to rob in the middle of the night because he made himself that fancy suit. The Beyonder goes up to his room, understanding at least that much, and goes to sleep on the floor. When he wakes up later, he's in the presence of Toots, who's there with her pimp Chulo, his employer Vinny, his enforcer Laverne Lacey, and his bookkeeper Millie.
Where's Shirley?
I know.
They missed an opportunity there.
It's a big bruiser guy. Is Laverne. Vinny has become interested in meeting the Beyonder as Toots brought him the gold bar that he made appear out of nowhere. When Vinny asked the Beyonder if he really did make the gold appear from nowhere, the Beyonder confirms this. Surprised, Vinny asks the Beyonder where he came from. The Beyonder then explains his origins, how he came from a universe where he was all, and that some event caused the rift to open between his universe and this one, allowing him to see it. Oh yeah, that's right. By the end of this series, we're going to find out the event that got the Beyonder's attention.
Oh, right. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What is that's towards, you said that's towards the end, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Is it like 7 or 8? I think. Yeah.
Maybe. Curious about this world, he gathered an assemblage of heroes and villains to battle it out, offering them their heart's desires. Again, the first Secret Wars, which we covered.
Yeah.
He explains how one of their number, Dr. Doom, managed to usurp his power and use that power to seemingly slay all the heroes. However, the heroes would revive themselves and mount a counterattack, and during the final battle, the Beyonder would regain his power and banish Doom and his minion Claw far away and return the heroes home. Yeah.
Recap time.
The heroes mounted an attack. They mounted a bigger attack than Johnny Storm's mounting attack.
There weren't enough alien women for him to do that.
Exactly. Between him and Colossus, that world didn't stand a chance.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh, Peter. Oh my God.
Mount. Interested in learning more, he had come to Earth where he was instructed by the Molecule Man that experience was the best teacher. However, he found that watching others was not enough. He explains how he took on human form and wandered New York to learn what it was to desire. Learned that money was what drove people to want, but ultimately there was much he did not understand. And again, I think we brought it up before, but I mean, think about it. He came to Earth to learn what it is to be human, and he went to New York.
Yeah, right off the bat, like immediately.
Well, I guess he wasn't trying to learn manners, so. Impressed by the story, Vinny asks the Beyonder what his name is. When the Beyonder tells him that he is one from beyond, Vinny decides to call him Frank. Vinny decides that he can use Frank and tells Toots to keep him company for the night while he makes sure his guest gets an undisturbed evening. So Vinny takes Frank under his wing and begins teaching him how to eat and and about sex. That's what the summary says, and about sex.
It is Jim Shooter, so yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine not being to be able to learn about sex? I'm surprised they wanted to do anything else. Jeez. Benita said, yeah, so he teaches them about teach him how to eat, about sex, his ideas of desire, while at the same time having the Beyonder use his powers to help his criminal enterprises, such as bringing him gold and using his powers to make his prostitutes immune to illness and reducing his wife's weight and age.
So weird.
I know.
This was giving me vibes of, and I think it was because we covered it not too long ago on Marvel Tales, the Dazzler motion picture special, which Jim Shooter was also responsible for. This was giving me vibes of that big time when he was on the yacht with all the women hanging off him, and he just all of a sudden went from morbidly obese to cut and ripped. I was like, oh my God, what is this?
Come on in, boys. My prostitutes are immune to all STDs. Come on. God, it's so weird.
So strange.
Never closed for maintenance.
Close for maintenance.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yikes. Yeah.
All right, hold on here. The Beyonder himself begins living a life of excesses and becomes obsessed with gadgets, using his newly acquired wealth to purchase everything he could possibly want. Soon, Vinny teaches Frank about gambling, and sometimes taking a risk to get what you want is better than using his powers to obtain it instantly. Frank undergoes a complete makeover, taking on a new wardrobe and dyeing his hair black. He soon begins running errands for Vinny and aiding with the shipment of drugs, as well as collecting money for Vinny's protection racket. Sometime later, he happens across Toots and Chulo on the street and sees that despite the fact that she is still a prostitute and he's still a pimp, they are living reasonably well. Toots is very happy to see Frank as he leaves, and as he leaves, she admits to herself that she loves him. Soon at Vinny's new mansion, Vinny tells Frank that there comes a time when you make your own name for yourself, and tells the Beyonder that it is time for him to go out and make a name for himself, and thanks him for all of his help. Yeah, okay. The mob boss is like, this guy who can instantaneously get me as much money as I want, randomly zap away any STDs my prostitutes get. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it say, no, I think you've done enough. I can't teach anymore. Yeah. I'm not gonna keep it by my side for the rest of my life. No,
there's nothing more you can do for me. Yeah, you've already done all that you could possibly do for me. Sure.
That's the one thing about mob bosses. Once they hit a certain amount of money, they're like, no, I don't need any more.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I've got enough to retire on comfortably.
Oh, I read that. I was like, really?
Yeah. So strange.
The only way I could see that happening is if, like, I thought they were gonna say like Vinny was like afraid of him or something. It was like, I don't want him to like transform me into something or to make me disappear, something.
Yeah, he can turn me into a living gold statue or something.
So I hope the one from Beyond doesn't try to F me. There's girls here who haven't walked right in a month. For a time, the Beyonder lives out a rich lifestyle, indulging. And yes, he indulges in gadgets, beautiful women, and eating. When he puts on an excessive amount of weight to the disgust of the women who hang off him, he uses his powers to burn off the weight instantly. So, yes, another one of his powers is Ozempic, kids.
Yeah, instantaneous.
Realizing that he needs more. Speaking of overweight, the Beyonder rushes back to the city where he has a meeting with the Kingpin. He tells the crime lord that he is taking over, and much to the surprise of Wilson Fisk, the Beyonder does just that, using his powers to make them loyal to him. Soon the Beyonder decides to use his powers to take over the entire world, not only making every human being loyal to him, but animals, nature, and even the very building blocks of life acknowledge him as the absolute master of the earth. Everyone seems to be affected by this, except for the Molecule Man, who detects the Beyonder's work. Wondering what his friend is up to, Owen uses his powers to ensure that he and his girlfriend, Marcia, are free from his tampering so that they can continue to enjoy their normal life of television reruns. Jesus.
Normal life, yeah, all right.
And this doesn't like bother. I mean, I know the Beyonder just wants to hide and stuff, but I'm like, this doesn't bother him at all that basically everything on Earth is now under the control of the Beyonder except for him, his girlfriend.
No big deal. Yeah. Just another day, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So weird.
The Beyonder at first revels over the fact that every living thing is now loyal to him until he meets a woman named Circuit Breaker.
Oh, there she is.
Interested in learning about what extraordinarily desires drive her, he learns that she had been crippled by robots. And yes, kids, see the Marvel Transformers series.
Mm-hmm.
I believe issue 6.
Mm.
And that she hates all machines, especially those that believe that they are alive. That drives her. So I wonder if they did that intentionally, that they didn't name check the Transformers by name, or did they? Because I read this on the app, so I was like,
yeah, I wondered about that too. Yeah, I don't know.
Because had they gone too heavily into the Transformers, they wouldn't have been able to reprint this.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe they were aware of it back then. They're like, the rights might be cumbersome someday, so let's.
Well, that's why I think they tried to nail down Circuit Breaker. They were like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. Copyright it.
Oh yeah. So you know what? I was like, man, they had the rights to her. I think they probably still do, but I'm like, man, how great would it have been, they really wanted to keep her rights to, like, every so often just have her, like, like Battle Machine Man or
Machine Man or Machine Smith or something like that.
Yeah. The Vision.
Yes. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Jocasta. Yeah, it'd be cool. Exactly. Yeah, we haven't hardly ever seen her. Circuit Breaker. I mean, at some point we'll have to look and see how many appearances she's had, but it's not much.
No, probably just Did she ever appear outside the Transformers except for this?
I think a couple of times.
Oh,
but it wasn't much.
Hold on,
it wasn't much at all.
If we get through this synopsis, I'll see if it's in the notes here. Soon the appeal of having everyone loyal to him begins to fade as the Beyonder realizes that everyone just wishes to bend over backwards to please him. Speaking of the when he visits Toots for advice, he finds that she too is the same way. Freeing her from his control, she thanks him for changing her life, explaining that she finally gave up hooking and got a legitimate job. She thanks him with a kiss and goes off to her job. The Beyonder realizes that people derive contentment from earning what they desire most, finally realizing that fulfillment comes from earning, not taking. He then realizes his hold on the earth and decides that if he is the rule over the human race, he must earn that role instead of just taking it. Tell that to Doom. The Beyonder then decides to pay a visit to the Avengers. Teleporting to Avengers Mansion, he is invited in by Jarvis, who regrets to tell him that the Avengers are on a mission in deep space. Deciding to go and see them, the Beyonder teleports away. He returns to Earth a while later, depressed at the outcome of that encounter. He remembers what Vinny told him about gambling and realizes that perhaps it's not just trying to do something that reaches fulfillment, but taking a gamble and the possibility of failure that makes it much more satisfying. He decides that he needs to seek out the Avengers lawyer, Matt Murdock, in order to accomplish this task. So yes, kids, you know where we're going next. Avengers issue, Daredevil issue. Yes.
Yep. Nice segue.
All right. So thoughts on this?
This was weird. This was kind of a mess, man. Like, I didn't understand his motivation of wanting to take over the whole planet like that.
Yeah, I don't think he knows what he wants at all. It's just,
it seemed like it came out of nowhere.
He's a bored child. He's a bored child.
Yeah. I mean, that's one way you could look at it, like a toddler, like playing with a new toy or something. It's like, oh, well, I'll try to do this. Like a kid with a terrarium, something like that. I don't know. It seems so weird. And like the whole thing I mentioned earlier about gaining all the weight and just magically zapping it away with all the girls around him. I don't know. It's just...
and again, when you think about it, I mean, again, I'm sure the Beyonder, doesn't understand this, but it's like, once everyone's under his control, when those women are like, having sex with him, I mean, it's basically becoming rape if they're all
if they're mind controlled, absolutely. Yeah, this just gives me like Dazzler the motion picture vibes. This whole issue, and it's not in a good way.
Come on, Shooter. Come on, Shooter. You're pulling some burn here. Come on.
Yeah, right. I mean, the art's great. I'll always sing the praises of the great Al Milgrom all day long, and it's a fantastic cover right there. But the story, yeah. And why is it that the Molecule Man and his girlfriend are the only ones on the entire planet that aren't affected by this?
Well, first it was only the Molecule Man, and he like fixed her. But well, again, I think it has to do with the event that brought the Beyonders' attention to Earth. Is it that reason that the Molecule Man is under? But I think it's like, and again, this should be. Marvel should have this every time, and I think it's because I don't know, the Molecule Man has complete control over all the molecules of his body or something, or
at all times,
something
even
like
from
that,
the Beyonders' power, though. Like
I don't
know, it's bonkers.
Again, I don't know if it has to do with what we're going to get at the end of this series here, that
right,
we're kind of linked. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, it's just weird.
It's like a cosmic level of Cyclops and Havoc's powers can't affect each other because they're related.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Almost as if these two are two sides of a cosmic cube. What?
Yeah. Right. Oh.
Stay tuned, kids.
What did you think of this one, Phil?
Oh, again, this is so weird. I mean, I know Charlie loves this. For Charlie Esser would always bring up Frank from Bayonne. It is somebody that say that. The cop's like, "Where are you from?" He's like, "Oh, I'm from Beyond." And he's like, Jersey, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it just got me, with the women, and I'm just like, once the mind control goes into effect, yeah, I mean,
that's creepy. I don't like that.
Because before that, they were just gold diggers now, and then it was just,
yeah, mind controlling everybody. It's just weird. Yeah.
All right, you ready for the next one?
Yes.
We'll move on to the Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he goes to see the Avengers, but then he pops back in by like the last page. But yes, this is what
he makes a brief appearance.
A brief, but his presence is felt.
Yes.
Yes. Unfortunately, I did reach out to Will Allred because he loves this era of Avengers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes, unfortunately he couldn't join us, but
well, sometime we'll have to do a few.
Oh yeah, we'll do some Rogers
episodes
stuff. Oh yeah.
We'll have to cover a chunk of this.
Oh my god,
this is top class.
If nothing else, you, me, Will, and Ray have to do like the Siege of Avengers Mansion or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep. The Siege and the stuff that came after it with the Olympian affair, where Zeus was pissed at the Avengers, and then the heavy metal with the robots attacking them on the island. Oh, it's so good. Yeah.
Oh my god, we got to get we were saying, we need to get Ron Friends back in here and Tom DeFalco together. Oh my god, get them in here for Thor 390. The first time Steve Rogers picks up that hammer, man.
Absolutely. I was thinking another one too would be that Celestial story.
Oh yeah,
the three issues where he fights the Celestials. I love that one.
But I said that to Ron Friends like in like one of our previous conversations. I'm like, you're the first guy to draw Steve Rogers picking up that hammer.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that splash page, him in the black captain suit, just freaking
hauling it. It's so good.
All right, so let's get to the Avengers down here at the bottom. There we go. I don't know why they wouldn't have this issue next. He literally goes there. All right. Yeah. It's Avengers 260 from October 1985. Assault on Sanctuary 2. Writer Roger Stern. Penciler John Buscema. Inker Tom Palmer. Colors Christy Shield. Letterer Jim Novak. And editors Mark Grunwald and Howard Mackey.
Nice.
Yeah. So you know it's right. This issue is right.
Yes.
Editor,
yes. In good hands here.
Yes. Following the Avengers' decision to side with the Skrulls in order to stop Nebula's bid to take over the universe, Firelord refuses to ally himself with a race that has shown so much aggression towards his Xandarian people. He returns to his homeworld of Xandar to find it in ruins. Tracking down its ruler, Queen Adora, Firelord learns that it was attacked by Nebula's forces. Elsewhere in space, the Avengers and Skrull commander Zed-Rayo begin planning a strategy to stop Nebula's forces, who now have full control of Thanos' old ship, Sanctuary 2. They decide to try diplomacy first and teleport a communications tube in the general area of Sanctuary 2, and it is promptly brought to Nebula. She views it and finds a message from Zed-Rayo and Captain Marvel asking for Nebula and her minions to surrender. Nebula angrily blasts the communications device and orders her warriors to prepare for immediate battle. Sure enough, the Skrull battalion arrives with the Avengers' aid and begins giving Nebula's forces a good pounding. Nebula is hard-pressed to use Sanctuary 2's devastating weapons, as she would need to drop the ship's shields, leaving it vulnerable to penetration by Captain Marvel's energy form. Oh my god. Pounding, penetration. Who wrote this? Little Hellfire?
Trick your treat, bitch.
Mark your bingo cards.
Giant battle between space armadas or a Saturday night at Lilith's house. You make the call. Oh my.
I couldn't hold it in any longer, Father.
I do that.
Coming out of the bush.
Not a sentient tongue.
Is that a sentient tongue? Coming out of the bush?
As the battle rages on, Firelord returns to lend his aid, giving the Skrull Avengers alliance a much-needed boost. One of Nebula's warships, however, hits him with one of their weapons at full power, sending him crashing into a nearby moon. Not seriously harmed, Firelord digs himself out of the rubble and finds that he is not alone. A lone figure stands before him, asking him if he is one of the Avengers. Wonder who this could be. As the Avengers fight on, Captain Marvel tries to penetrate the shields of Sanctuary 2 in her energy form. She decides to change her tactic instead and manages to overload it before returning to the main Skrull ship. However, she nearly passes out when she returns to human form. This gives the invaders an opening, and Captain America leads Zed-Rayo and a group of Skrulls, disguised as Thanos and other Avengers, to storm the ship, gaining access with relative ease due to the fear the crew has for Thanos. While on the moon nearby, Firelord is helped out by the Beyonder, who tells him that he is looking for the Avengers. When Firelord explains that they are busy battling Nebula, the Beyonder decides to help out, using his powers to transform his clothing into a suit of armor. He teleports away to lend them a hand in their battle. Back aboard Sanctuary 2, the Avengers have stormed the ship and are easily trouncing Nebula's forces. While elsewhere, Nebula and her minions, Gunther and Keel, are loading up an escape ship to make their retreat from battle. They are attacked by Star Fox, who removes Nebula's blasters and demands that she turn over Sanctuary 2 because he has a right to it, as Thanos was his brother. Nebula reveals that she is Thanos' granddaughter.
The plot thickens.
A revelation that shocks Star Fox long enough for Gunther to down him with a mental blast. Yeah, I forgot that he didn't know that at this. That was like new information at this point.
Yeah, this was brand new. Yeah.
Yes, for you MCU fans, yes. At this point, Nebula is not a cyborg, and she is Thanos' granddaughter.
Yes, she has a full head of hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Completely blue. Yep.
Yep.
Just then, the Beyonder appears, and upon confirming who Nebula is, blasts them with a teleport ray. When Star Fox recovers, he demands to know who the stranger is and what he has done. The Beyonder introduces himself and explains that he did what Firelord had told him, remove Nebula from the galaxy. Literally. When the other Avengers arrive, Star Fox angrily explains to the Avengers what the Beyonder had done. When Captain Marvel explains what they really meant, the Beyonder feels terrible, as he did not realize the context in which Firelord explained things to him. He remorsefully teleports away, vowing to get more experience before he acts in the affairs of others again. So he basically blasts back the last page of Secret Wars 3, Secret Wars 2, number 3.
Yeah, popping back.
With the Beyonder gone, the Avengers, except for Captain America, who was met him previously, wonder who the being that helped them was, while Star Fox vows to learn if Nebula is truly his granddaughter or not, or grandniece or not. It's so weird because it's like, except for the change of hair, because like Captain America's like, he doesn't look like the Beyonder I met before, but shouldn't Captain America's big thought been, that guy looks exactly like me, but with dark hair?
Yeah, right. Yeah, because he didn't change his face.
No, he changed nothing except the color of his hair.
Just the hair. Yeah.
Shouldn't he be like, he looks like either like me or like one of my relatives or something?
Yeah, and knowing what he does about that being, he shouldn't automatically assume that he could change his appearance.
Well, he even says, changing his appearance would be nothing. But yeah, because he doesn't know the Beyonder took his appearance, but shouldn't he be like, that might be the Beyonder because yes, that guy looks exactly like me except for the hair.
I know that jawline. That's America's ass.
Hey, that's my ass. Oh man. He sees that ass and looking for copyright infringement.
Yeah, the Beyonder's all caked up. What's that about?
The rest of you see it and say,
Mommy, Daddy.
Oh,
yes.
And there is some TNA.
Oh, I love this. This era of Avengers is so much fun for me. Like I love everything. I love the creative lineup of this, like the writer, artist, inker, like all of it. And then also the roster of the team. I really love this roster. I think it's great.
And I love the Beyonders. Like, they usually put on cool suits when they go into battle, so that's why he makes that like silver
armor, yeah. Which I mean looks cool, like. But it's John Buscema, so of course it's gonna look good.
Yeah, it's almost something you would have expected him to be wearing through the whole Secret Wars thing, but
right, yeah.
I guess he wouldn't have blended in as well with your friendly neighborhood mob boss. Oh, you've done enough for me. No, on your way. Yes. That's what mob bosses are known to do. No, you've done enough. No, you can. You owe me nothing.
Yeah.
Don't you remember how Goodfellas ended? Yeah, no.
Yeah, right. Take him out back.
Sopranos every week. Tony Soprano's like, no,
that's right. Yeah, you've done enough. You're all set.
Shooter.
Yeah.
All right. Should we jump to the Daredevil?
Yes.
And the Beyonder's next stop. All right, kids. So yes, we've gone from Jim Shooter. Roger Stern wrote the Avengers issue. Now we get to Daredevil 223. I've read this one a few times in my life, but yes, Daredevil 223, October 1985. The price. Oh, I did see this on the first page. Writers Jim Shooter, maybe because of the Secret Wars 2 connection, but Jim Shooter and Denny O'Neil.
Yeah, co-writers.
Denny O'Neil was writing it this time. Penciler David Mazzucchelli. So yes, because this is only like 4 months before Born Again. So so hopefully the algorithm picked that up. Daredevil Born Again. Season 2. Inker Kim DeMalder, colorist Ken Fedenkowitz, letterer Joe Rosen, and letterer and the editors Ralph Macchio and Craig Anderson. On her way to meet up with Matt Murdock in Chelsea, Gloriana O'Brien has her camera stolen by a common street thief. Matt arrives shortly thereafter and learns from the upset girl that the camera had sentimental value to the fact that it was given to her by her father before he died. No longer in the mood for their date to see a jazz performance, Matt agrees to walk Gloriana home and tells her that he will see if he can use his underworld connections as an attorney to try and track down the stolen camera. You don't think you want to be screaming at as an attorney, even an defense attorney. Yeah, I got connected in the underworld. Yeah.
I know a guy.
Stolen goods. Oh, so stolen goods? Yeah, I know a guy. As this is transpiring, miles above the Earth, the Beyonder floats in deep space, though deciding his next course of action. When Matt returns to Nelson and Murdoch's offices, he finds Foggy Nelson worrying over the bills and wondering how they're going to keep their business running. Just then, the Beyonder appears before them and explains that he wishes to hire them. The Beyonder explains that he wishes to incorporate and come up with the legal means to purchase the entire planet Earth and wants to hire Nelson and Murdoch to do the job. Well, Foggy is sold on the Beyonder's request and is eager to take his business. Matt isn't quite sure he wants to get involved in the case and excuses himself. While the Beyonder pays Foggy and discusses matters, he sends a portion of his consciousness to invisibly follow Murdoch to study him further. The Beyonder invisibly witnesses as Murdoch changes into Daredevil and travels across the city to a pawn shop where he prevents a holdup. After saving the owner, who is known for fencing hot items, if he knows who might have stolen Gloriana's camera. The pawn shop owner believes it might have been Skeeter Frizzle who stole the camera, and while he doesn't know where Skeeter is hiding out these days, he informs Daredevil that his brother works as a janitor at the Snuffer-Roach plant in Brooklyn.
Snuffer-Roach.
Snuffer-Roach. As Daredevil heads out, he's greeted by the Beyonder, who reveals he knows Matt's double identity. He tells Murdoch that he realizes that he has a profound sense of justice and knows that his services cannot be bought, and so tells him that he will only be paid if he decides to aid. Murdoch agrees and heads toward Brooklyn. There at the Snuffer-Roach factory, the man without fear overhears Skeeter's brother telling him that he can stay for the night, but expects him gone the next day. As Daredevil sneaks into the plant, he considers the Beyonder's offer, unaware that the one from beyond is still secretly following him and listening in on his thoughts. When Matt decides to take the case, the Beyonder then uses his powers to restore Daredevil's sight. Shocked by this, Daredevil trips up and lands in a vat of bug killer, alerting Skeeter to his presence, and the crook flees. Daredevil, however, is too overjoyed to realize that his vision has been restored. As he washes off the insecticide off his body, he realizes that this was the Beyonder's form of payment. The next day at the Manhattan Law Library, Foggy pores over the law books to see if the Beyonder's idea is even feasible. And when the Beyonder checks in on his progress, Foggy tells him that this could take years to sort out in the courts, a length of time the Beyonder is willing to take. While elsewhere in the city, Matt takes the time to enjoy his restored sight, taking in sights as simple as a young baby as absolute marvels. He heads to Chelsea, where he pays a visit to Gloriana, who is overjoyed that Matt found a way to restore his vision. Seeing her photographs for the first time, he asks her why she takes pictures, and she tells him that a photograph manages to catch a little bit of the glory that is the world. She then takes Matt out to see the sights of New York City, a city that he had not seen for years ever since he lost his vision. When seeing the city from the Empire State Building, he tells Gloriana how beautiful it all is, and in doing so realizes that this is not something that he deserves, and abruptly cuts off their date to see his client. Changing back into his Daredevil costume, Matt calls out the Beyonder to take back his retainer. When the Beyonder appears, Daredevil tells him that he is not going to take the case and to make him blind again. The Beyonder tells Matt that he will allow him to keep his vision as a gift. Unmoved, Murdoch warns the Beyonder that if he doesn't take back his retainer, he will sue. Seeing there is no way to talk Matt into keeping the gift of sight, the Beyonder removes his vision and leaves. At that time, Foggy has given up on taking the case for the Beyonder, finding the legal argument to purchase the entire planet Earth a seemingly impossible act through legal means. Daredevil, meanwhile, returns to the Snuffer-Roach factory, where he confronts Skeeter and easily trounces the petty crook and recovers the camera. When Skeeter realizes all Daredevil wants is the camera he stole days earlier, he happily returns it to him. When Skeeter asks what's so important about it, Daredevil explains what Gloriana told him about the beauty of photographs and that he knows exactly what she means. Thoughts?
I don't know. This was, in my opinion, this was the weakest one of the issues we read tonight.
Why? Could you
I just thought this whole idea about buying the planet, I'm like, what the hell?
I mean, yeah, it is like a weird plot, but I don't know. I was just chalked it up to, well, besides Denny O'Neil, that just the Beyonders. So he doesn't know the ways of anything on Earth. So he's like, yeah, I'll buy the planet.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about like how they could have done this differently to keep the legal framework in place so that Matt and Foggy could have some reason to be involved in this. But
Well, maybe if Vinny hadn't let Frank go, maybe we could have gotten into the whole mob angle. I don't know.
right. Well, I thought too, like, here's what they could have done, because we had those Spider-Man issues where he turned that building into gold, right? And then there was somebody who died in that. I thought, what if that person like recognized the Beyonder and decided to do like a civil case lawsuit against them for wrongful death? And then the Beyonder would be put on trial, and somebody would have to defend him, and he'd have to explain, well, I don't know the ways of your world, and blah blah blah. So I've some type of immunity from, and he'd have to understand like the repercussions for his actions through this courtroom procedure. Like he would understand that by turning that building into gold, he inadvertently caused the demise of this person. I thought, I could believe that better than just, oh, I want to buy the planet. I don't know, man. This is weird.
It sounds like a good story, but I assume they probably wanted like a simple, like, because it's only going to be
that's
one.
Too complex. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And for the people that didn't read those Spider-Man issues that are purely Daredevil fans and don't want to read Spider-Man, they wouldn't have a clue what that was about. I'm sure they'd do a recap and explain, there'd be editor notes that say, see Spider-Man, blah, blah, blah. But I get why they didn't do it, but just, I don't know. I found that whole reasoning is just bonkers.
And just for all the big thing of, turning a whole building into gold and then all the trouble it takes to clean it up and stuff, man, everyone pretty much forgot about that pretty quick.
Yeah, they brushed that under the rug real quick. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. But I loved what I wish they would have spent more time on is the Beyonder giving Matt his sight back.
Yes.
I thought that was the most interesting part of this. And they should have spent more time on that, I think, and less on the rest of it. But
yeah, because that only lasted like a couple pages.
Yeah. But I'm not really a good authority because, as you know, I'm not the biggest Daredevil fan. I love the DG Chichester stuff. I love the Ann Nocenti and John Romita Jr. stuff. And I've grown a new appreciation of the old stuff through the Epic collections, the Stan Lee and Gene Colan stuff.
Yes.
But there's a whole bunch of it that I'm just not that keen on. And this,
There, funny you mentioned DG Chichester because guess who killed off Gloriana O'Brien?
I got the good mic out for you guys.
Yeah, that guy.
Actually, we'll be talking with him about some Daredevil.
Yes. Right. Yes.
I'm excited about that. Yeah.
Yes, and like 2 weeks or so. Yes.
Love it. Yeah.
So yeah, you're gonna be getting a few Daredevil episodes this month for the month of March, kids.
Yeah. Born Again season 2.
What? Yeah. Well,
Born Again season 2. Algorithm. Born Again season 2.
Thank you. Yes, but no, I did put an episode with some of the first few issues of Daredevil from Volume 1 in there, including issue 7. You're welcome. Which will fit nicely into our Silver Age.
Oh yeah.
We've been covering Silver Age stuff. Yes,
that's right.
See, it all comes together, kids. No, I was just gonna say, yeah. I mean, the site was very tempting offer from Matt Murdock, but Beyonder, you missed it. You missed the one thing he cannot turn down no matter what.
Superior puss.
Yes. Yeah. He should have known.
You want Electra back? Here you go.
Yeah. Have your own harem, Matt. That's what you always wanted.
Karen Page will be back in like 4 or 5 months. Yeah, come on. Oh, Lord. Yeah, that's right, kids. Remember, this was like I said, this was 4 months or 4 months before Born Again. So.
Born Again.
Yeah.
So some big stuff was coming. some big things were coming down the road for Matt Murdock and company.
Born again. Your ex is coming back as a drug addicted porn star. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, who could write such a tale?
Your mother's a whore.
How jealous for Shooter and Burn.
You beat me to it.
I'm sorry, I should apologize. That wouldn't be a Burn story. Yeah. No, Karen Page was of age. Never mind.
That's true. That's true. She wasn't 12.
Oh my lord. Oh god. John Byrne. All right. All right. Ready for the last one, the Hulk issue?
Yes. Yeah.
Like I said, there's a whole oh god. I mean, you could have done this when there wasn't Secret Wars going on.
Yeah. This was big stuff.
Because we get into some revelations about Bruce Banner's past here.
Yeah.
All right. So Incredible Hulk 312 from October 1985. Monster. Writer Bill Mantlo, penciler Mike Mignola, inker Gary Tallock, or Jerry Tallock, colorist Bob Sharon, letterer Jim Novak, and editors Carl Potts and Pat Blevins. The Triad, Goblin, Guardian, and Glow appear into the mind of the Hulk to try and learn the true origins of the creature that they have guided through the crossroads. Yes, kids, he's in the crossroads. It all began a lifetime ago in Dayton, Ohio, as Rebecca Banner struggles through the complicated birth of her son, Bruce. In the waiting room is Bruce's father, Brian, who struggles with the possibility that his wife might not make it through the pregnancy. Brian, a longtime alcoholic, begins to wish that he had brought a bottle with him as he watches his wife painfully give birth to their son. As he watches the boy be born, he cannot help but wonder if all the years of radiation experiments might have made his son a mutant and instead of giving life to a child, created a monster. Young Bruce is not allowed to be brought home until a few months later. His mother truly loves the boy and hangs a special star over his crib, which resembles Glow. Rebecca's attention toward young Bruce ends up earning the resentment of Brian, who becomes jealous as he believes his wife's attention should be his and his alone. Brian then tries to keep his wife away from the boy, forcing her to accompany him on engagements and leaving young Bruce with a cruel babysitter, Nurse Meacham. Meacham would neglect the boy. He would view her as resembling Goblin, and the infant Bruce would find solace with his favorite doll, Guardian, and the glow from the star above his crib. Years later, it's Christmas Eve, and a toddler Bruce Banner sneaks downstairs to see if Santa Claus has brought him his Christmas presents. He comes down with his doll Guardian, who he leaves on watch while he inspects the presents under a tree that is adorned with the star that used to hang over his crib. Unwrapping one of his presents, the incredibly bright boy begins building the mechanics set that was gifted to him. His joy is interrupted by the arrival of his father, who is witnessing the boy's show of intelligence with absolute fury. Not believing that his boy could be naturally bright, he smashes his creation. To Bruce, he takes on the appearance of Goblin, waking up Rebecca. When Rebecca tries to talk sense into her husband, he slaps her across the face. When young Bruce comes to his mother's aid, Brian easily throws the boy aside. When Brian accuses Bruce of being a mutant, Rebecca realizes that her husband was exposed to radiation when he was working in Los Alamos, but insists that the doctors found nothing wrong with him. When Nurse Meacham is awakened by the commotion, Brian orders her to take Bruce upstairs while he has a talk with his wife. So not only is he a child and wife beater, but he's a racist too, because he's like dirty mutie.
Yeah.
As a teenager attending science high school, Bruce Banner is exceptionally bright, earning the ire of his less intelligent fellow students. In the care of his Aunt Susan, she would meet with the principal of the school, who would identify that Bruce has an incredibly high IQ. The principal identifies that the murder of his mother at the hands of his father and his father's subsequent institutionalization has led Bruce to block his anger, leaving the faculty to wonder about Bruce's well-being. As this is happening, a science class has gone awry when one of Bruce's classmates slips a chemical when Bruce is not looking, causing a small explosion. Because no one sees this, Bruce immediately gets and takes the blame for the accident. Time passes again, and as an adult, Bruce visits his mother's grave. There he is surprised by the arrival of his father, who still believes that Bruce is somehow a mutant and attacks him. Beating the boy, he tells him that eventually others will find out about him and stops him from using his radiation-spawned intelligence to take over humanity. As his father leaves, Bruce calls him out, calling him mad and finally rationalizing that his father is indeed insane. Bruce pays his final respects to his mother, leaving behind the star that once used to hang over his crib. Eventually, the adult Bruce would wind up at Gamma Base in New Mexico. He is shown to his quarters by Betty Ross. As he is unpacking his things, she learns a little about him and how his mother had died. Among his possessions, she finds Guardian, the doll that had kept him company as a child. When General Ross enters the room, he is aggressively eager to have Banner begin his work on the Gamma Bomb project. When Ross mentions Bruce's father, Bruce becomes upset when Ross begins talking positively about his father, who was insane and a murderer. Seeing Guardian among his things, he grabs the doll, causing its arm to rip off, and demands that Banner both stop being such a milksop.
Oh, yes, yes.
And start providing the Gamma Bomb that he promised to help build. Betty ushers Bruce out and apologizes for her father, telling him that he has a temper and continues to show him around. Then on that fateful day, when the Gamma Bomb was being tested, Bruce would order his colleague, Igor, to hold off on detonating the bomb.
It had to be Igor.
We didn't vet a guy named Igor better? Oh, gosh. Who could the Russian spy be? This guy Joe, this guy Mike, this guy Igor? I wonder who the Russian spy could be. When he spots young Rick Jones out near the test site, rushing out to push the boy into the lead-lined safety trench, he is completely unaware that Igor, a Russian communist spy, did not halt the countdown. As the bomb explodes, Banner pushes young Rick into the trench and takes the full force of the bomb alone. The gamma rays caused him to mutate into the Hulk. However, as witnessed by the Triad, the persona of the Hulk was always looming over Bruce ever since his birth, and with the gamma bomb's explosion, the Hulk became a physical manifestation of Banner's years of pent-up rage. Finishing their examination of Bruce's past, the Triad comes to realize that they are the final remnants of Bruce Banner's troubled childhood. Goblin was Bruce's sense of rage, Guardian his sense of self-preservation, and Glow his sense of reason. They realized that Brian Banner's condemnation of Bruce, his belief that Bruce was some kind of monster, and the years of his torment and physical abuse caused his accusations to eventually come true. Realizing they are part of Bruce Banner, the Triad merges into the Hulk's inert form, causing him to transform back into Bruce Banner. Banner awakens to realize that he had not suppressed his Banner persona after all. He also wonders if he should be anything other than cursed to be the very monster that his father had always accused him of being. As Banner sulks in pity, he is unaware that he's being watched by the Beyonder. There's your secret tie-in.
There it is.
Who, curious about the universe in which he is visiting, has traveled through its many dimensions until happening upon the Hulk in the crossroads. The Beyonder finds Banner's constant struggle intriguing, seeing that Banner somehow gets gratification from grief and despair instead of loneliness and fear. He decides to help Bruce out when he detects some energy signature entering into the crossroads. Using his powers, the Beyonder manipulates it to key in on Banner's form before teleporting away, which we'll get into next month in the Alpha Flight issue.
Yeah, love that one.
All right, so thoughts, host of Gamma Charge.
Yes, I was going to say, this is actually one of my favorite eras of the Hulk. I love this whole storyline, which ran for a whole year, where he was exiled.
Yeah, because it's like he was, well, again, Banner in mind had taken control of the Hulk, but then Nightmare was messing with him, and then he basically like, I want to be dead. So Banner thought, I don't know. So I guess Bruce Banner thought he just killed himself, or, and left the Hulk behind, but was not so. Justin, if you're there, I can't hear you. All right, maybe technical difficulties.
Oh, am I back?
Yes, yeah. I didn't hear anything, so yeah.
Okay. I love this era of the Hulk. I love it when he's in the crossroads, kind of stranded there by Doctor Strange and going through these journeys and stuff. I love the revelation about his dad. I loved all of that. I thought that it was just a masterful script from Bill Mantlo.
Oh yeah.
And Peter David, of course, would years later pick up this piece of his origin and really develop it further.
Oh yeah,
which
and
I
even
thought was brilliant.
even Al Ewing will like use the dad stuff and like Immortal Hulk and stuff. So I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, this story has impact even, up until a few years ago. Yeah.
It was huge. It was huge because we didn't really know much about his. Well, maybe they talked about a little bit before this, but it not to this detail, not to this level of detail. And it was really important to see how this triad came about. They're kind of my favorite out of all of the different DID alters for Bruce Banner. I love the triad. I think that they're so unique and so cool and so different. And they really haven't been revisited since that, to my knowledge. Maybe they have somewhere else, but I thought they were a really cool concept and so different from everything else. And visually, they were unique and different and cool.
When you think about it, I mean, as we do all these Secret Wars issues, keep this question in mind: is this issue of the Hulk, is this Secret Wars 2 tie-in the most impactful on a main character than like any other issue that we get in Secret Wars 2?
Well, possibly, as far as revelations about the past.
Yeah, that's stuff that like sticks.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because the Secret Wars 2 stuff, I mean, obviously is very tangential. It's we didn't even really need to have that in here. But it's cool the way they fit it in. It worked.
But it's basically a plot device to get him out of the crossroads at this point.
Right. And it worked fine.
Yeah.
But the most important stuff is the origin about his dad.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And again,
like I said, but probably that's the biggest thing to come out of Secret Wars 2. I think you're right.
Yeah. And then the Hulk and Alpha Flight are about to do a switch because the Alpha Flight's pulling him out because Mantlo's writing Hulk at the moment, Byrne's writing Alpha Flight. They're about to swap.
Yes, and the artist Mike Mignola goes with Bill Mantlo over to Alpha Flight too. Yeah. Yeah.
So the creative teams just do a swap. Yeah, when out by Alpha Flight. Yeah.
Which I loved that back at the time. I thought that was really cool, actually. I was like, oh, neat. Yeah.
They kind of do a crossover, and then it's like
switcheroo. Yeah, that Alpha Flight issue is great. I can't wait to talk about that.
Oh yeah, next month.
Yeah, what did you think of this one, Phil? The Incredible Hulk. Do you like this era of the Hulk? Do you?
Oh yeah. I like this again. I especially like this issue because I mean, you get also all kind of background on the Hulk. It's it's not just Gamma Bomb. Now he's an angry monster. Yeah, no,
right.
There's reason and
they develop it. They show what an inventive and creative child he was from the beginning, and they didn't mention it in the synopsis, but. Brian doesn't just throw Bruce like he backhands him and
he's like a
flying across the room.
He's a 4-year-old kid. Just like
like this dude is nasty. Nasty. So it makes sense why Bruce has all of these issues as an adult coming from this background.
All right, here's another question. Peter David, great writer, smart writer, but would he have come to the DID stuff or in a lot of the personalities like Joe Fixit if this issue had not existed?
I don't know, maybe because I don't think any other artist really delved into that before Peter David. Maybe he would have developed that further. But in the interim between the Bill Mantlo stuff and the Peter David stuff, I don't think it was addressed at all. Because they did that bonkers thing where they separated the Hulk and Bruce for a while. And
during the Byrne run,
I didn't really care for that, to be honest with you. But
It was basically, I think it was an excuse for Byrne to just like draw those action scenes of like, all the both coasts of Avengers trying to take down the Hulk and stuff.
Right, yeah. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I was just like,
I mean, and again, I think was Byrne gone at that point, but yeah, once they remerge, and that kind of starts giving us Gray Hulk again.
yes, that's right around when that happened. So yeah, I led into that. But yeah, that Byrne run is kind of patchy for me. It's not, which he's my favorite artist. So you'd think I'd love it, but didn't do it for me, which is fine. Which is what it is.
You know what? We're gonna have to pick a Hulk story, and we're gonna have to get Russell in here. Maybe like in July, because since Hulk is gonna be in the Spider-Man movie, maybe do a Hulk episode.
Oh, right, that's true. Yeah, maybe we could do a Spider-Man and Hulk team up.
There you go.
Story. I like that. Or Spider Hulk. We never discussed that on Gamma Charge, the Spider Hulk story. We could always do that.
Oh my god, yes.
Mess.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Lilith and I did talk about that years ago. And
you did?
No. I mean, we could talk about it again, but you know who said it's so much feedback. He loves that story. Ray. We'd have to get Ray on in.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I love it. Yes, we'll get the whole crew involved. Yes. It'd be fantastic. Yes. Yeah, that would be great, especially for July. That'd be a fun summer story to talk about.
Web of Spider-Man. Web of Spider-Man 69 and 70. So, a little thought.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, that was only 2 parts, right? That story.
Yeah, 69 and 70.
Yeah.
Web of Spider-Man. Yeah.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
Oh,
we'll see if we can get Russell in on that.
All right. Yeah. Anything else?
No. I liked these. These were fun. Nice mixed bag of different things. Yeah. Good stuff.
Oh, yeah. All right. So pull up schedule. I'll tell you what we'll do next month. And next episode, we'll be talking some Batman Dark Patterns. I think you'll like it. Again, it's Dan Waters for that Destro series and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited about that.
So yeah, that's what we'll do. That's the next episode you people will hear, and then following that'll be our Wondercast when we start doing that Avengers stuff with Wonder Man.
Yeah, the chronological adventures of Simon Williams.
Oh, there's a few good things I see coming up the month after it. When we're talking about that. All right, let's see. Here we go. All right, but next month for Secret Wars, we're going to cover, Secret Wars 2, number 4, Dazzler, number 40, Alpha Flight 28, ROM 72.
Yeah, baby.
And Avengers 261. So
yeah,
you thought
Feast of Riches.
You thought this month was the grab bag. Oh my lord.
Yeah, Feast of Riches, man.
Dazzler, Alpha Flight, ROM, and Avengers.
In that ROM issue, you get to see Rick Jones turn green.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's some crazy stuff.
God, I probably... Have I read that ROM? If I did, it's only been like once or twice.
Yeah. It's trippy. It's good
nuts.
Stuff. Yeah.
All right. So send us your thoughts on the upcoming stuff. Send us your thoughts on Secret Wars. All right. So... where do you send that? Well, send that to CapesandLunatics at gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow us on pretty much all social media. Help support us by buying merch at TeePublic and Spring. The Capes and Lunatics logo, the Podfather Phil, the Lost Library Legends.
Yes. And brand new stuff.
And now that Kristen and Lilith have that's the other thing I have to do, get there.
So there, yes. The logos,
yeah. So you can show your support for your favorites. Again, Lilith's favorite, just ran the money to us through the Cash App link. And again, go subscribe to the Patreon, get exclusive, uncensored, at least one exclusive uncensored episode every month, and get early access to all the regular episodes, including this one. Again, you could have had this one early. Subscribe to the Patreon. And again, the safest way to tell Lilith Hellfire what to do. When you subscribe, you can suggest topics for us to discuss. So got a favorite story, or hell, it doesn't even have to be comics. Just subscribe and ask us, and we'll probably talk it. So go right now. Go subscribe. Patreon.com/CapesandLunatics.
Fucking crazy.
That's a satisfied customer right there, kids.
That's right.
All right. And if you need more of the great Justin the Owl, you know you do. Go check him out on the Lost Library of Legends, his own show. Justin, what's going on?
Coming up soon, I have the debut episode of my sub-series called Luminosity, the Dr. Light podcast, which Phil will join me on later on in the year for some episodes of. I'm super excited about that.
Going back to the 80s and 90s, bitch.
Yeah.
90s here, bitch.
That's right. Some classic stuff from DC.
And you can also, can always check out Justin. Well, Justin is once again, him and Ray are talking.
Yes, we've reactivated Predator and Prey. We have two brand new episodes up where we talk about both of the Predator films that were released last year by Dan Trachtenberg, which are excellent. Killer of Killers and Badlands. If you haven't watched them, they're both on Hulu. Go check them out. Tell them the Owl sent you.
Nothing better than Full Player.
And again, check out, go to Amazon, go pick up Dick Grayson Boy Wonder on Amazon. Go help, go support an educator, which is our co-host Kristen. Learn all about Dick Grayson through the years. And like I said, Podfather Phil can pick up the merch. Also, follow me all over social media at Podfather Phil. All right. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Again, next time we'll be talking some Batman. And then, in 1 month, Secret Wars 2 number 4. Got the Dazzler, got the Alpha Flight, got the ROM, got the Avengers. The Avengers are back.
I'm so excited about the ROM and Alpha Flight. Oh, man.
Yes.
That's going to be great.
Although, I mean, that Alpha Flight is get a little 2-for-1 there.
That's true. That's true. Best of both worlds.
Yes. God, I'm trying to remember what happened to Secret Wars 2 number 4.
I don't think that's not the Thing issue, is it? Where the Thing fights everybody?
I can't remember. Like I said, I thought Circuit Breaker was coming later than she did, but yeah.
Yeah. It's been so long since I've read
I know.
these. I can't remember. It'd be a nice surprise.
I don't think we get any more helpful hookers, but who knows? Jim Shooter. Who knows?
Yeah.